All right, let's just use this project 1016 as an example for how to record the cost for a project. First, your labor cost, it's all under the appointment level. And you can see that if this labor, let's just use this one, if this labor has set up the cost for this resource, then your labor cost will be tracked correctly. Okay, so that's the first thing for labor. The hours is all tracked here, and hours times the correct cost for this labor, for this resource, it's your labor cost. And the second part is your material cost or item cost. You can record it as an item or you can record it as an expense. It doesn't matter, it just depends on how you view your uh, purchase order or your wholesale invoice. So if you want to record that as an item, you can just simply create the add, use the add button, and then just like our usually work order items, record a date, record who is the one be responsible for this project, and record the item. Maybe it's the PO needed. Maybe it's just something MISC for you. So it's up to you. Okay. And the most important thing is to give it the correct cost code so you can track those costs correctly on the project level. So that's the first thing, and then you have the sales price for your customer. If your customer pay a lump sum a month, then they don't need to pay T&M separately. So the unit price in that situation is zero. But you want to correctly track your cost. For example, this cost is 400, then you put the 400 there and you can upload your bill on the attachment if needed. And also if you want to synchronize this PO as a bill in QBO, then check this little box for purchase order required. Also pick who is your vendor. If you don't, you just want to track it in Viewpoint, you can just leave this part empty. You don't need to create a PO. It's up to you. Okay. So in my situation, I just checked this box and then checked who is the vendor. I save it. All right. Okay. I need the location. I save it. Then what will happen is first, on the project items level, I have this PO needed as one item added in. And then here I have the cost, right? And also I have the PO created. And for the PO, I can receive and I can fulfill. And if I want to create the related bill in QuickBook Online, I can click this export to QuickBook. If you don't care, then you can just skip those steps. And then on the project level, you have the tracking tab. On the tracking tab, you have those three sections. The first one is the estimate part. The estimate part is you can set it up in the very beginning. So this is the initial, or you can set it up while you are in progress of a project. So you can change this. So that's the estimate part. And then is the actual part. Actual part will only show, or you can say will only be updated once you send out the invoice to customer. So which means you actually uh, get some revenue, get some um, money from your customer. And then here is the WIP, work in progress part. Work in progress is going to show you all the hours you spend on labor, all the revenue you suppose to get from your customer, and all the costs you already have for all the items. Okay, and for all of them, it's not being invoiced yet, so it's work in progress. Right. So under tracking, you should be able to see uh, the items, the cost, and let's take a look at the parts. So for this part, it's under cost code part. And if I, okay, let me refresh the project. Once I refresh the project, you should be able to see at the cost code part. Now it have a cost of 4,000, which is the one I have already recorded for my PO. So this is how we record um, the cost, and you have the project cost, the summary page, or you can use the project cost analysis page to have a glance view of what is happening on this project. For example, my project 1016, I have a work in progress cost, which is $4,075. 4,000 is my PO, and 75, I believe, is my labor or something. So using this, you can also see the cost summary.